We are back to another Monday morning here in our glorious human collective. And as per usual, we never know what to expect. But if you are with me, you know that we just came out of the first of our, second eclipse season of the year eclipses. This eclipse that we just had really representing endings and chapters closing up and opportunities for a fresh, clean slate. So I just have felt like it's such a juicy, full of potential time. And I hope that you are feeling into that too. I know eclipse seasons can feel a little wibbly wobbly sometimes, if not completely chaotic. And so it's really, after yesterday's moon ceremony, which you can still go back and watch the replay of. It's actually on my most recent Substack post as well as over on YouTube. And I would say that that replay is still good for another 2.5 days, though we are moving out of Pisces energy around, I think, 2 o'clock Eastern today, or between 2 and 3 today. But anyway, you know, there's so much good stuff in this liminal space between this eclipse that just passed in Pisces and the one we're moving into in Virgo, which is more of the new beginnings. So right here, right now, between this eclipse, we're in this sort of liminal space where anything that we really want to sit with, there's spaciousness for us to do so. So I just want to really highlight the potency of this liminal space that we are in eclipse season. Like I said, tuning into it yesterday, it wasn't like a meteor strike, it was more like a spotlight. So there's capacity in this eclipse season that I feel like isn't always there. It feels often more like chaos and turmoil and that meteor strike, but the spotlight is more like, hey, pointing out these things, pointing out what you need to look at, what you need to illuminate. Donna, that's awesome that you had I'm a big new yesterday. I don't know if this is like a big new energy or if you were saying there's big news, but either way, I'm celebrating you. I definitely feel like it was full of magic. So I'm going to pull some cards here today from the Gateway of Light activation to frame out our Monday morning vibe check here. Ooh, lots of manifestation. That's exciting. Yeah, there's so much available here for us to really work with what we want to call in. All right. Well, first off, I'm seeing a lot of fiery energy, a lot of light coming from our cards today. So this week, the messages are as follows. Orion activation, supernova, recreation or recreation, renewal, and rebirthed by light. So, yes, like I said, a lot of the imagery that I immediately see in these cards is this beautiful golden and orange, and in this card, red activation light. And then we have this beautiful blue portal in the center. So, just noticing some themes here, some colors for us to work with in our spirits this week. But this Orion activation is inviting us to radically expand. As I said, this eclipse was very much an ending, a opportunity to really look at who we are, who we're being, how we're showing up. Are we standing in our authenticity, our power, our truth? Because now it's time for us to both recreate, though I like this as recreation too, to have fun, but also to recreate in our own image and to be renewed and rebirthed by the light. And that is so much of what I did feel coming through the eclipse yesterday. And imagine is going to continue to percolate as we move through this eclipse season. So, if you feel like working with Orion energy, if you want to receive this activation, it is the activation of saying yes to your higher self, to going supernova, to expanding your energy, to renewing yourself on every level. And we get to do that by slowing down and taking the time to really nurture and care for ourselves. So, such beautiful opportunities there. Now, I'm laughing as I look at these cards because again, you're going to notice a theme. So now we have bright yellow and orange with blue, the sword of light, divine protection, cord cutting, and breakthrough energy. This goes hand in hand with this Orion activation. And yeah, I mean, it really does go just hand in hand. Uh, Jillian says, I rediscovered a ring I made with the mantra expand and release stamped on it. That's amazing. So the sword of truth is literally it's all about releasing. It is about cutting the cords of that which seems impossible to cut ties from. The sword of light is associated with Archangel Michael. One of my primary guide sort of had an apprenticeship with Michael and has shown up with this sword before. I think a lot of entities working with Michael energy. Good to see you, Donna. With any form of this divine protector you might see with a sword of light. And this sword is the most powerful sort of psychic force for cord cutting, for moving through density, for moving through the stuck, sticky, stagnant energy that we might be holding close to our chests that we need to break through. So there is an opportunity, and this actually came up with the eclipse ceremony yesterday. Is the challenge for us was to release. And so the sword of truth is here to help us continue that releasing process because we need to let go. The strongest message that came through yesterday was let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. I pulled the surrender card for myself yesterday and this morning. So we are definitely collectively in a time of releasing, of expanding into more, of stepping more into our truth. And with that, we have our final card, yet again, this yellow, orange, and blue with a little bit of red in here. The solar light upgrade is here for us. And the solar light upgrade has to do with both our solar plexus chakra, the stomach area, the core, but it also has to do with our inner fire, our willpower, our desires shining through. So there's an opportunity for an upgrade here over the next 2 weeks and really focusing in on this week, but to really let the solar energy build as we move towards our solar eclipse in 2 weeks. So the solar light upgrade, you can almost imagine yourself being surrounded by this bright, beautiful golden light, a bright, vibrant lemon yellow that is seeping into your tummy area, that's expanding from your core out to all of your limbs. That would be a great visualization to sit with. So again, I want to show you all three cards here and also just re-emphasize, look at these beautiful colors, all of this yellow, orange, blue that we have in the spread today. And so, just from the colors, lots of willpower energy, some sacral chakra energy definitely coming in here, inviting us to be in our creativity, as well as those higher chakras, the throat center, the third eye, and the crown, all calling to us here. So really a great opportunity to work with your full self, to cut the cords of the past. Oh, that was another big theme that has come through it's time to let go of the past. It is time to release, to let go of all of the weight that we have been carrying with us, lugging around from our past. It is time to let that shit go. We get to be freer and freer and freer of it. And this process of unburdening is ongoing. It never really fully ends as long as we're alive in these human bodies. That's part of the journey, is upgrading, unlearning, relearning, expanding, shrinking again, expanding. It's this sort of ebb and flow, in and out, inhale, exhale process of being human. But we get to keep activating greater levels of ourselves, greater levels of our gifts, stepping more and more into our voice and our power. That is what I am here to do to cheer you on. So activate that Orion. Go supernova within yourself, my friends. Be rebirthed in your own light. And know that you are divinely protected. You have a team of guides and ancestors, angels, entities, whatever you want to call them, or the presence of the divine, or the universe, or your higher self, or all of the above if you're like me and you just love it all and see the universe is infinite. But you are protected. And the more that you trust that you are held in your dreams, in your goals, in your desires, that the more that they surface for you, the more that they're really here for you, the more ease, the more joy you'll be able to invite into your life. So cut away that which no longer serves. And again, finally, we have this beautiful solar light upgrade available to us where we really, really, really get to step into what do we want. This came through in the eclipse so powerfully, is your will, your authenticity, your desire, your dreams. Pisces connects us to our intuition. it's also connecting us back into our willpower here and now. So keep going, keep fighting for what is for you, believing in yourself, and know that I'm here cheering you on. So happy Monday, my friends. And, if you are looking for some fun opportunities coming up, I want to remind you of my seasonal shenanigans series. The next one is for the equinox on the 21st. And kicking off tomorrow, I'm actually doing an event that's not mine at all. I'm going in as a participant. And if you want information on that, you want a link, it's for a Jedi priestess activation for 9 days during the night, kicking off on the 9/9 portal. So I'm really excited for that. If you want information on that to potentially join me as a friend, feel free to let me know. And otherwise, I just continue to stand with you in the swirl of this human life, and believing in you with every cell of my being. You are here for a reason. You have a purpose, a mission, a meaning to make here on planet Earth. That your truth, your authenticity, your love, your voice is all needed here for our collective at this point in time. So once again, I see you, I believe in you, and I'm cheering you on, my friends. I'm here if you need me. Don't hesitate to reach out, whether here or on another platform. I'll be here. All right. Bye for now, my friends. Happy Monday.